Hello and welcome back to a new video. This video is slightly more Christmassy, as you can probably see by the thumbnail, the title, and the Christmas tree at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to show you how to draw a Christmas tree in this video. We're going to kind of split this up into two sections. First we're going to draw the tree, and then we're going to learn to colour the tree. Surprisingly easy, and it's slightly different than normal, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make a function. Let's call this Xmas tree, because, well, why not? And we're going to give it a input of n. N is going to be the height of the tree and, well, the size of the base, or bottom width. So this bit is what n represents. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to print two empty lines, and the reason I am doing this is just because otherwise you find that the tree gets caught up with the run code and it just doesn't look very nice. So there we go. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to need to do a bit of maths to work out some of the values of the empty blank spacing. Really easy to do. We're going to make k. K is going to be equal to 2 times n minus 2. Did space twice, equals twice. Let's remove one of them. There we go. And now we're going to do a for I in range of 0 and n. Of 0 and n. There we go, and new line. So that's going to be the part that generates our tree. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to have to generate our spaces. So for j in range of, well, 0 and k, I'm going to just do some coding here, and then I'm going to explain how all of this works. We're going to then print end is equal to space. So let's go through this. First, the first line is here. This is working out how much spacing we need to leave from the end of our terminal to where we draw our points for our tree. And then the for j in range is the part that's actually printing our spaces. Now you might not have seen end before, but default when you print in Python, so if we run Python and we go print hello, you'll see that it will print everything onto a new line. Why? What end does is it will mean it will continue from the previous line, and because all of these spaces need to be on the same line, we use end, so that kind of just joins them all up. Otherwise it doesn't end up looking like a tree, as you can see. Where was it? Here. So without end, all your points get just thrown around. So that's why using end is important. The next thing we're going to do is, because, well, every row down the tree gets wider, it means you need one less space. So what we're going to do is k is going to equal to k minus 1. And then we're going to start trying to print out our points for the tree. Let's do for j in range again. And that's going to be between 0, range 0 dash I plus 1. And the reason it's I plus 1 is because every, well, cycle of the tree, we want it to get slightly wider. And then we're going to print out any symbol that you want to be your branches of the tree. So I'm going to use a star, and then you put a space. And then we're going to go down a new line, back a spot, and we're going to print brackets, space, and then we're going to go \r. What \r does is return, so that means it goes to the next line or to a new line. So let's quickly give this a run. This isn't going to draw our full tree, this is just going to should hopefully draw the top of our tree. That's because I left the Python terminal running. There we go, let's give that a close. And let's give that a run. There we go. So now something here hasn't worked. So let's see what hasn't worked. The part that hasn't worked is us printing our stars. Because as well as printing our stars, we also need to keep them joined together. So that's where we put the end line in. So there we go. Insert our end, we get our lovely triangle. And our triangle is what we want. Now we just need to draw our base. So to make it look a bit nicer, let's make a slightly bigger tree. Let's make this 11 tall. And now we'll start working on our base. So again, we're going to need to try and work out roughly where we want our base. So there's a bit of playing around with your values here, but I have found we're going to make amount is equal to 2 times n again, like we did at the top, but minus 3. And then we're going to do for I in range 3, range 0, 3. And then we're going to print ourselves some spaces. So we're going to print ourselves spaces times by amount. And that means it's going to print multiple spaces, and we can just kind of save lines. And then we're going to do a comma, and then we're going to print ourselves a hashtag. And I just like using the hashtags for the basis of our trees. I think they look slightly nicer. There we are, I forgot to close the speech marks. So if we print that, again, kind of messed up. Let's see, what have we done here? The thing we've messed up here is we've put our loop inside our other loop. Easy to do. And the simple way to fix this is we just delete the new lines. So now if we run this, we have ourselves a lovely Christmas tree. So I'll just quickly let you change and copy down anything you need to do there. And while that's happening, we are going to need to import ourselves a few packages. As for himself, we're going to have to import ourselves random, and we're going to import something that should be built into Python. So it will be pre-installed, but it is called term color. That should be from. There we go. So I've got myself a notepad here with the order of things to include and the spellings of certain stuff, and I look down at my notepad and then I copy out the wrong stuff. Oh well. So what term color does is it will allow us to color things in a terminal and our stars. So let's make ourselves an array of a few colors we would like. So let's do colors is equal to red. Let's do green, some classic Christmas colors. And then let's do blue and white. So blue, and there we go, white. That is all of the colours that we'll use our tree. There's a list of them. You can use magenta, you can use cyan, I believe grey's an option. So now this will make it look a bit more messy, but it's fine. So where we've got to our print statements of things we want to colour, so for example the star, what we're going to do is we're going to write coloured in front of them. I'm going to open up a brackets. We're then going to do a dash, so it should look a bit like this, and after the comma dash thing, we're going to write the name of the colour we want. So we, for example, do red. And this would be fine, but that will generate us a completely red tree. Which is why we've imported random. The way we can then change the colours, we can do random.choice. And in random.choice we can then put the link to our array in. So there we go, and we can give that a run. And as you can see, that is slightly more, well, random with the colours. And if we run that again, every time you can see it will be slightly different. So let's do the same here with our base. So let's put ourselves in coloured. We're going to open up our extra set of brackets, put our dash in, random.choice, open up ourselves a set of brackets, and we're going to put in our variable and save that. And then we're also going to have to put an extra close bracket in. And now we can give that a run. So as you can see there, what I've done is I just misspelt colours as coloured. So there we go. And now we have got ourselves a randomly coloured tree. And every time we run this, it will all be different. We can change the height of our tree if we wanted to any height we want, and we'll just get a slightly bigger tree each time. And if you want to add more colours, it's easy to do. You can just add a colour to a list, and then it will. So I remember grey the past that as well, and then it will just add the extra colour choices. The more colours you add, the nicer it can look. Grey's not really that Christmassy, so let's put some cyan in there. The difference between blue and cyan's slightly hard to see, but there we go. That is a Christmas tree in Python. The link to the code is down in the description, so you can always copy and paste it, or, well, use it forever, whatever you want. But that's just a nice little Christmas project. Thank you for watching. I hope I see you in the next video. Please consider liking, possibly even subscribing. Goodbye.